Hello everybody, Duncan here, and welcome to another episode of Dylan's Movie Reviews. Well, it's the Halloween season, the time of year when people decorate their houses with cobwebs like jack-o'-lanterns and kids go trick-or-treating. Now, to celebrate, I'm going to be reviewing the Disney Channel original movie franchise that includes a world for scary creatures. That's right, I'm reviewing the Halloweentown franchise. Let's start with the first film released to Disney Channel on October 17th, 1998, Halloweentown. The film begins on Halloween night, where kids in the neighborhood are trick-or-treating. In the Piper's house, Marnie, played by Kimberly J. Brown, argues with her mother, Gwen, played by Judith Hogue, about why she and her siblings can never go out on Halloween, but she never gives a full reason, and Marnie believes that Gwen doesn't trust them.
That is not true.
Oh, yes, it is. You keep us all in this big bubble. And how are we supposed to grow up if we can't explore the world, try new stuff, and take some risks?
Marnie, I am just trying to protect you.
Yeah, you're protecting us from being anything but a bunch of vegetables. Hey, look, I'm a potato. Are you happy now? Maybe I'll put down some roots in the carpet.
Oh, no, Marnie. It's too dangerous. There are things about vegetables that you don't understand. Somebody's coming.
Come, my little wall ornament. Let's get you washed up for dinner.
Somebody's coming.
Come on, sweetie.
Dylan, played by Joey Zimmerman, asks Marnie why she's so obsessed with Halloween.
I mean, it's just like Mom says. It gives little kids dumb ideas about there being magic. Like, that helps them prepare for life. Personally, give me a good nature documentary any day.
Halloween is cool, nature boy. I mean, it's exciting, strange, and ancient. Plus, Mom and Dad met on Halloween.
Shh, what are you trying to do? You know how talking about Dad always bums Mom out? I mean, why can't you pick some other holiday to get hung up on, like Arbor Day? Trees are important too, you know.
Elsewhere in town, the kids' grandmother, Agatha Aggie Cromwell, played by the late Debbie Reynolds, arrives in town and soon arrives at the Piper's house, and the kids are happy to see her.
So wonderful to see you with the children again. Oh, my, how you've grown. Oh,
Did you bring us presents?
oh, presents. What kind of a grandma do you think I'd be if I didn't bring you presents? They're right here in my suitcase. I don't know where that thing went to. Just a minute. Ah, there it is. Now, where did you get to, little darling? Come on. Here it is.
How come you've been gone so long, Grandma?
Well, you know, one thing and another. But the important thing is that I'm here now. And I'm so glad to see you. Oh.
Aggie then shows the kids the stuff in her purse.
Candy!
Oh, that's the spirit? Oh, wow. Let's put on our bikinis and go swimming in it. Oh, and then we'll put up the decorations so we can get this party started.
Look, Grandma dressed up for Halloween.
What? Oh, yes, of course I did. I always do. Oh, here, honey. I want you to go and hang this on the door now, dear. It annoys the vampires.
This bag defies logic. How does all this stuff fit in here?
Oh, no.
You know, dear, if I'm not mistaken, this is Marnie's 13th Halloween. Wonderfully lucky number 13.
Totally. Yes, I'm well aware of what number it is, Mother.
Aggie then gives the kids Halloween costumes, but Gwen still refuses to let them go trick-or-treating, and they have dinner together.
Oh, no, dear, it's more like a moaning sound. You know, ghosts tend to be very depressed creatures anyway. Like this. Ooh.
After having dessert, Gwen sends the kids to bed, and they ask her if Aggie can tell them a story.
Come on, Mom, please. Please.
Well, all right, but just one.
So the kids go upstairs, and Aggie mentions to Gwen that she'll be happy if they came and lived with her.
There's plenty of room for all of you at my house.
Mother?
And since William's passed on, there's nothing to hold you here.
Nothing has to hold me here, Mother. I like being here. I can have a normal life here. They can have a normal life here.
Oh, being normal is vastly overrated.
Well, I like being normal. You know, Mother, as much as I want the kids to know their family, the fact is, you're not normal. Every time you come into this house, it's chaos, and the candy and the decorations and the... Mother, Mom, let's not fight again. I know you're only here for a couple of hours. Go and tell them a story. Talk to them and get to know them. But on your honor, don't tell them about home. Your home, I mean.
Oh, don't worry, dear. I won't tell them a thing.
Aggie then goes upstairs and tells the kids about Halloweentown and shows them a book about it, in which they see a witch that looks like Marnie.
She doesn't look anything like you. She's way too cute.
Oh, yeah, and this is from a guy who could win an ugly contest.
Well, there is quite a resemblance. Oh, perhaps Marnie has a secret life we don't know anything about.
Well, if she is a witch, she's got the weird part down pat. It's just the magic powers she's missing.
Gwen then comes in and tells the kids it's time to go to sleep and tells Aggie to meet her in the kitchen.
Good night, Grandma.
Bye.
A few minutes later in the kitchen, Gwen and Aggie argue that Marnie's a witch.
Marnie is my daughter, and if I decide not to train her like a witch, then it's none of your business.
A witch's 13th Halloween is supposed to mark the completion of her training. If Marnie's training doesn't at least begin tonight, her powers will be lost forever.
Yes, and she'll finally be human. She'll finally be normal, like her brother, like her father, and like Sophie will be after her.
Gwen, a human father. Why, you're only lucky that you have two children that are showing powers at all. Do you really want them to go through life doing things the hard way? I mean, look at you with your plastic bowls. When you know leftover chicken keeps better when it's back on the bone.
Mother, get that thing out of here right now.
Aggie then reveals to Gwen that she came over to ask Gwen for her help.
My help? With what?
Well, something is wrong at home. Something's happening. Every day, I find another neighbor has changed, turned hateful, frightening. And soon after that, they disappear altogether.
Oh, please, Mother, my neighbors disappear sometimes, too. It's called moving.
Oh, Gwendolyn, I'm quite serious about this. It's as though something or someone is trying to return us to the dark times. And I fear my powers alone may not be enough to stop it. I need another Cromwell, which I need you.
However, Gwen refuses and tells Aggie that Halloweentown has lots of other warlocks and witches to help her.
Oh, I've tried. You know how it is today. No one wants to get involved.
Mother, I'm sure that you believe that there's some kind of problem. But I can't just leave my kids to go fight some nameless force in another world that I have nothing to do with.
Nothing to do with? Well, fine. Bury your head in the sand of that precious mortal world of yours. Perhaps the Cromwell line will end with you. But let's just hope that Halloweentown doesn't come to an end along with it. Enjoy your leftovers, dear.
Mother.
Marnie, who came downstairs and listened to Aggie and Gwen's argument, goes back upstairs and tells Dylan about everything she heard them say. They then watch Aggie walk to the bus stop and see her purse following her.
It must be, one of those radio-controlled models.
leaving. She's going back to Halloweentown. I gotta go after her.
Go after her? Are you crazy?
I have to go. If she doesn't start training me as a witch tonight, I could lose my powers forever.
You don't really believe all this witch stuff is true, do you?
Dylan, haven't you ever wondered about the stuff that goes on in our house?
No.
Like why Mom won't let us talk about, watch, or read anything that has the word magic in it?
No.
Haven't you ever wondered why we pretend Halloween doesn't exist? Or why I have deja vu all the time? Or why stuff seems to fall off the shelves whenever Sophie is a tantrum?
No.
Well, I have. And now that I found out the truth, I'm not gonna stay here and turn all boring and human like you.
What do you mean, boring like me?
So Marnie follows Aggie, and Dylan follows Marnie to see if she's crazy or not.
There she is. Get down. Where did that bus stop come from?
I don't know. Can I put my shoe on now?
I'm having that deja vu feeling again.
You knew I was gonna put on my shoe?
No. This whole thing, the bus stop, Grandma. Wait. Maybe it's not deja vu at all. Maybe I'm seeing the future.
Right. Now you can see the future. Tell me, what am I gonna have for breakfast?
Why are you such a downer?
Why are you such a nutcase?
Downer.
Nutcase?
Suddenly, the bus arrives, Aggie gets on, and Marnie and Dylan sneak in through the back door. Then, as the bus leaves, Marnie and Dylan see some other citizens from Halloweentown.
So anyway, there I was, trying to spook this fellow. He was buying nachos at the mini-mart when this smart-aleck child with the dreadful little monster mask runs up to me and yells, "Daddy!" I asked him, where is the biscuit?
It's not like the old days. People are changed. I race a demon from the underworld, and they say, big deal. I saw the same thing on Jerry Springer.
Always love a good scare for old time's sake. Must be, one of those charter buses coming back from a costume party at the Moose Lodge. Or maybe...
The bus then lands in Halloweentown. Aggie gets off, and so do Marnie and Dylan through the back door, and they realize that they're in Halloweentown. Dylan says they probably fell asleep on the bus, and then Sophie, played by Emily Roesk, shows up.
Sophie! How did you get here? Careful, she could be Mirage.
Stop. How did you get here?
I followed you onto the bus.
But you were asleep.
I was pretending.
They then see that the jack-o'-lantern isn't like how it is in the book, and then they meet Calabar, the mayor played by Robin Thomas.
I'm Sophie.
Pardon?
Sophie.
What?
Sophie.
I can't hear you. I seem to have a huge lollipop in my ear. Here you are, Sophie.
No thanks.
Okay.
Neat trick. I'm Marnie.
Calabar. And that wasn't a trick. I'm a warlock in my off hours. And, you are?
Human.
This is my brother, Dylan. We're Aggie Cromwell's grandkids.
Wait a minute. Does that mean... Are you Gwen's kids?
You know our mom?
Well, I did a long time ago.
Calabar then whistles for a cab and has the driver, Benny the Skeleton, voiced by Rhino Romano, drive them to Aggie's house.
It's not polite to stare. Polite? Let's talk about how legal it is to drive with no eyeballs.
So, first time in town for you kids?
Yeah, we just got here on the bus. So amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice place. Better than a lot of graveyards I've hung out in. But that don't mean you kids can go running around here by yourselves.
Why not?
Well, let's just say that there are characters around here that ain't the most savory. Like that kid, Luke.
Who is he?
He's just a local punk. Thinks he's a big shot just because he got a nose job and had a few warts removed. Claims some shadow creature gave it to him. Ha!
They then arrive at Aggie's house, but the gate's locked, so Marty tries to open it with her powers.
Powers? What powers?
Well, I don't know. I haven't tried them yet. Abracadabra. Open sesame? Let's see. Big iron lock that keeps us out. Open up your big iron mouth.
You call that a spell? Out and mouth don't even rhyme. Will you be quiet? You couldn't open a can of dog food with a spell like that. Look, I'm trying to concentrate here. Sophie, how did you do that?
I pushed. Plus, I wish the lock would turn into a frog.
In her house, Aggie's making witch's brew, and then the kids come in.
Oh,
Hi, Grandma.
Oh, my stars. How did you get here?
On the bus?
I came to start my training, Grandma.
Your train? Oh, it was you outside the kitchen. I thought I heard someone listening. Well, I suppose I could assume your mother doesn't know you're here. I dare say that she's going to be very upset when she finds you're gone.
Can't we just call her?
No, dear. I'm afraid we haven't worked out long-distance calling between worlds yet. No, I'll have to take you home myself.
Oh, but you can't take us home.
Yeah. We want to help you fight the bad thing.
Yeah, the bad thing or the force field, whatever it is. You said you needed another Cromwell witch. That could be me. You can train me.
Yeah, well, I suppose it'd be all right. You could stay a little while.
Dylan sees the witch's glass, and Aggie shows them what it does.
It's been handed down, the Cromwell clan, over many generations. I've been using it to keep my eye on things. Now the glass shows me that some evil force is at work here in Halloweentown. Also, the worst is yet to come.
What can we do to stop it?
I'll show you.
Aggie then takes the box off a shelf, then takes the brew out of the microwave, fills the talisman with it, and sees if it lights up.
Bitte mach, bitte gefrier, bitte gegain, cleedeth, freeth, annoyeth, bid.
It fails because she tried using instant brew, so she looks at a recipe in a book, and the ingredients are vampire spang, werewolf hair, and ghost sweat.
I suppose we could get these ingredients in town, but we have to be careful not to reveal our true purpose. I can't be certain who to trust anymore.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
And it's settled. Oh.
In the mortal world, Gwen finds the kids missing.
Dylan?
Marnie? Sophie?
Mother?
In Halloweentown, Aggie and the kids go out to get the ingredients for the brew, and Sophie asks Aggie why she lives so far away.
Well, there was a time when humans and monsters and witches and vampires and all the rest of us could be together. Just the dark times. There was a bad mix because humans feared us and tried to destroy us. So we did our best to make them miserable in return. But it was turning us evil, which we are not. So we decided to create our own world.
Oh, kind of like when Marnie and I got separate rooms.
Precisely, and from that day on, we were able to settle down and have homes and children and jobs and an excellent bowling league. Oh.
Aggie then sees Harriet, who has changed appearance, so she sees Calabar in an ice cream parlor and asks him about that.
She was like a wild animal, and she was fine a couple of hours ago.
Really?
This is what I've been telling you about. If she's like the others, then by tomorrow she'll have disappeared altogether.
I have to apologize to you, Aggie. I didn't take you seriously about this thing at first. I think you've uncovered something very serious.
What is it? What's wrong?
So Calabar tells her to leave it alone for now and give him 2 days.
Just 2 days, that's all.
Meanwhile, Marty has found a broom store and asks Aggie if she can have one.
Well, it is the rite of passage for witches your age.
Well, looks like you got your eye on our windsweeper 5000.
Is that a good one?
Well, let's see here. Unibody construction. Woo! Chrome detailing. A microchip directional system. Well, it's the top of the line. If you think you can handle it.
Oh, handle it. This is a Cromwell you're talking to, dear. She'll be an expert in no time.
Check it out.
Suddenly, a local boy named Luke, played by Philip Van Dyke, comes over and offers to show Marnie around.
Buy you an ice cream. The Abominable Snowman has a little shop down the street.
You know, I was kind of hungry, but then I smelled something stinky. It must have been the big cheese.
Perhaps another time.
Yeah, like never.
You know, if you people were smart, you'd be nice to me. I'm friends with some very powerful creatures around here, you know.
Oh, that Luke dude. He's turned into such a wiener.
So Aggie and Marty go flying around on the broom.
Grandma, this is so totally cool.
Well, there's a reason why witches don't drive minivan.
Well, how does magic make it go?
Magic is really very simple. All you have to do is want something, and then let yourself have it. Now hang on tight. Let's see what this can do. What a witch's life it is.
They then land. Gwen shows up, and she's not very happy about the kids doing this.
Mommy!
Oh, I'm sorry if we worried you, dear. I was going to get them back just as soon as I possibly thought that I could.
Mother, I cannot believe that you brought them here in the first place.
Well, I didn't. They came to see me.
I wanted to help Grandma fight the bad thing.
And I came to get my training.
Training?
And I tried to stop Mom, but they hypnotized me. And I thought you were brave. Hey, this is Mom.
Stop it. I don't want to hear any more excuses. I want you all just to get back on that bus because we are going home.
But Mom, Grandma needs help. And since you won't help her, she needs the only other Cromwell witch there is. Me.
You are not a witch.
Oh, yes, I am, no thanks to you. You're gonna let my powers go away forever.
Marnie, there is so much more involved in this than you understand.
I understand that I am here. And I've got a broom, and I'm gonna learn everything that Grandma can teach me.
You will not.
Gwen takes the kids, and she asks a two-headed man when the bus is leaving for the mortal world.
It'll be several hours. Yeah, several hours. Engine trouble. Yeah, that's it. Schedule change. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Always arguing.
Well, what do you know? The bus isn't running. I guess we can't leave after all. Yay!
What time is it?
There must be some way.
You can't even tell.
Hey, the mayor seems like a nice guy. Maybe he can help.
Come on.
Tell people a story.
That's a very good idea.
Help.
Let's go.
I don't care if the bus is coming on. That's not our job. Our job is to sell tickets. What do you know about it? There you go with the caffeine again. What's wrong with the kid? You're killing me.
So they visit Calabar, and Gwen sees that he's the mayor.
You didn't hear about the election?
No.
Well, it's just a title, really. I have big plans for all of us here in Halloweentown. You are the last person I ever expected to see here. It's been a long time.
You always did let your magic do the talking. Thank you.
You used to like it. Or have you forgotten that part?
No.
Gwen then tells Calabar that she and the kids are trying to leave and was wondering if he could help them.
Excuse me, sir. Miss Sticky
get right to the point. I have a very urgent message. Somebody's on pins and needles. Pins and needles.
This is an emergency. Won't take long. Just stay put. I'll see what I can do for you when I return.
Thank you.
Kids?
What is that all about?
Well, obviously, he's Mom's old boyfriend.
Marnie.
I guess you like magic when he does it, huh?
That's enough.
Oh, and if you marry him, I am not calling him Dad.
I'm not marrying anyone, and this discussion is over. We are going home.
Meanwhile, Aggie runs into Luke, who mentions that he wants the talisman.
He. Who is he?
Don't know, huh? It's funny, because he knows all about you. And about that brew you're working on, too.
Well, if he's so powerful, why is he hiding? Why doesn't he reveal himself?
You see, that's why I'm here. He wants to reveal himself. To you. Come on, Grammy, admit it. You're dying to know, right? Or is the big, powerful Cromwell witch afraid?
I don't fear him or any creature. Take me to him.
In City Hall, Sophie looks out a window and sees Aggie walking with Luke, so they go after them. Luke takes Aggie into an old theater where she sees many citizens who have been frozen in time, including Harriet, and suddenly...
Welcome to my museum.
So this is why so many have disappeared. First you put them under an evil spell, and then you turn them into statues.
No, not statues. They're very much alive, merely frozen in time until I need them.
To do what? To destroy our world?
He forces Aggie to give him the talisman, but she refuses. Suddenly, Gwen and the kids arrive. Aggie and Gwen get frozen, and the kids escape.
Oh! What are you doing? We gotta get back to Grandma's house.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Are you crazy? That shadow thing is gonna turn us into statues.
It isn't gonna follow us. Didn't you see it can't stand the light?
I want Mommy and Grandma.
Don't worry. Your big sister is gonna get Mommy and Grandma back.
You are?
Oh, duh. Of course I am.
Marnie then says that they have to get the ingredients for the brew to make the talisman light. The first place they stop at is a barber shop where Marnie asks the barber werewolf if he has any part-time jobs after school.
No, I'm sorry, we don't. Oh, this sulfuric acid treatment is coming along nicely. It's really gonna split your ends and bring out those roots, baby.
But I've always wanted to become a beauty technician.
Oh, careful, Loki, careful. She's an herb, not a shrub, okay? Think salad, light and crispy.
Marnie then turns on a hairdryer, which is like a little flamethrower, and Dylan manages to get some of the werewolf's hair.
Hey!
Call me if you need me.
Come back here, you little heel! Hey, this could be a good look for me. Yeah, baby!
They then stop at a fitness center where in the steam room they find a ghost and Marnie has Dylan distract him while she gets a drop of his sweat.
So, did you know that sea monkeys are actually shrimp?
No.
Keep going. Did you know that there's no proper name for the back of the knee?
You don't say. Very funny, kid. Now go back to your mummy. Hey, kid, I don't appreciate stereotypes like that, all right? Sure. Make fun of the transparent guy. Just because you can see through us doesn't mean we don't have feelings. Woo, is it getting hot in here? Hades was nothing compared to this. Can I get some help over here? Burning up! Attendant!
Yes, got it. Okay, come on.
Attendant!
Lastly, at a dentist office, a vampire has one of her fangs removed and Marnie takes it.
Vampire's fang. Yes.
As Marnie comes out, Benny shows up and offers the kids a ride. However, the bad thing's in him. He then grabs Dylan, but luckily Sophie unhooks the dog and it chases after Benny.
Not the dog!
Thanks, Soph.
Come on, let's get going.
At Aggie's house, they make the brew and pour it into the talisman, but Marnie can't remember the spell.
What do you mean you can't remember? It was Old English or Welsh or something. I mean, give me a break. I have trouble remembering agua.
I thought you said you were a witch. I mean, the least you can do is remember a dumb spell.
Okay. Betty March, Betty Gunther, Betty Guggenheim is all that's bid? Okay, better march, better get there, better get going before there's no more beds.
That's the best you can do? Why didn't you write it down or...
Luckily, Sophie remembers it and made up a song about it.
You know, Grandma says that spells are stronger when you have more than one witch. You want to help me?
Okay.
Okay.
Betty March.
March.
Betty Gear. Betty Gain. Freedom. North Bid.
Bid.
Oh, drat.
Great, it's not working. Now what?
Marnie then remembers that Aggie said spells are simple. You just have to want it and let yourself have it.
Okay, let's do it.
Betty Ma. Betty Fear. Betty Gain. Freedom. North Bid.
And with that, it lights up. The kids head back to the theater where Gwen and Aggie are still frozen. However, the talisman doesn't seem to be working. Marnie then remembers that Aggie said something about installing it.
Installing it? Installing it where?
Mortal see, mortal do. What? Do you remember what Grandma said about our traditions being an imitation of theirs?
What about it?
Well, when it's dark on Halloween, where do you put the candle? Come on.
So the kids head to the town square where the big jack-o'-lantern is, and as Marnie walks over to it, Luke warns her.
Out of my way, Luke.
Look, about what happened earlier. I didn't know he was gonna do that to your mom and grandma.
Save your tricks, twerp, okay? I'm busy.
No, I swear. He said all he wanted was the talisman and that he'd let your grandma go.
I said get out of my way.
Suddenly, the demon appears at City Hall and he's revealed to be Calabar. Marnie tells Luke that she has to install the talisman and Luke says he'll help.
We must find the one who would stop us. The one who is half human. Oh, young Cromwell, you thought you could hide from me? Stop. Give me the talisman. I said stop! Give me the talisman!
Dare you disobey me?
Marty climbs onto the jack-o'-lantern, however, Calabar stuns her, but then she drops the talisman and installs into the jack-o'-lantern.
It's working!
Mother, when the children.
Aggie and Gwen then reunite with the kids.
Thank goodness. Oh, Grandma! Oh, thank goodness you're okay. Oh, you've got all the power of the Cromwells and twice the guts.
Grandma, it was Calabar.
What? So it was you?
Why, Calabar?
You could have had me. The most powerful warlock of all. You could have ruled with me as my queen. But you chose a human instead.
Well, it turns out she was a pretty good judge of character.
Your days of rule are at an end, Calabar.
Do not underestimate me, Agatha.
Calabar then takes the talisman from the jack-o'-lantern. Dylan's revealed to be a warlock, even though he's supposed to be immortal like his deceased father, and the whole family defeats Calabar with their powers.
No! No!
Oh,
After that, Marnie and Gwen apologize to each other. Marnie then walks over to Luke and sees his true self.
Wow. So, this is the real you?
Want to know the worst part? I wasn't even under a spell or anything. I did what I did because he made me handsome. Guess it wasn't much of a reason for being all evil and all, huh? Especially since even when I was good looking, I didn't have a chance of getting a date with you.
A date?
Yeah, it was stupid. Wow. I guess it didn't turn into a handsome prince, though, huh?
No. But you did that before when you decided to help me. I never could have done it without you. Thanks.
Hey, if you ever come back to Halloweentown, look me up.
I'll do that.
A few minutes later, the bus is getting ready to leave for the mortal world, so the family gets ready to leave. Gwen invites Aggie to come live with them, and they all get on the bus.
Thanks, kids. See you in the afterlife.
Bye, Betty.
See you later. I can feel it in my bones. See ya. Bye-bye.
And that was Halloweentown. What are my thoughts on it? It's really good. In the end, I give it 4 stars out of 5. Well, that's it for Halloweentown. Be sure to join me next week when I'll be reviewing the second film in the franchise. And if you enjoyed this video, then please tell your friends about me, leave some questions in the comments below, subscribe, and hit that like button.
Wastrel youth, the benighted hours be thee vanquished by my power! I said powers, not flowers.